All right, this is problem 20 of our calculator section for the SAT. We have h of x equals 3x plus 3. Now remember, if you have h of x, you can just treat that like y if you like. It's just allowing you to show how you're plugging in a variable into the equation, right? So these are basically synonymous. It's okay. So which inequality represents all values for x, which the graph of h of x in the xy plane is above the x-axis. Okay, let's think about this. So all values for x, that's what we want to represent. Okay, so we want this line to fall into whatever equation we write. Okay, so in the xy plane, what does that mean? That just means in our coordinate plane, which looks like this, right? We draw our nice little arrows, we label x, and we label y, right? We do all that good stuff. So then it's in the xy plane. We want it to be above the xy axis, okay? Now, this equation, 3x plus 3, the best thing to do is graph it. Now, if you have a graphing calculator, you could plug it in and graph it. If you're not allowed to use a graphing calculator on this test, it should be pretty straightforward at this point on the SAT. You know, you guys have done this stuff for a while, graphing lines. It should be pretty straightforward at this point to just plot your y-intercept. Remember, this is our y-intercept, our 3, and this is our slope, m, slope. So you could just go up 3, call that 3, plot our point, to get our y-intercept, and then you could use like a growth triangle. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, and get a pretty good estimate of that line, what it looks like, right? So now that we've done that, we want to find the inequality that represents all values for x, where the graph is above the x-axis. So where is it above the x-axis? In this portion, right? This is above the x-axis. So we want values for x that are going to be this direction, right? In this area. So, because anything to the left of that area, like over here, like -3, for example, that'll give us something below the x-axis. So that's what it's talking about, right? So where does that happen? It would happen, for example, we look at our line, we see that maybe that happens around like -1. Why -1? Because when we plug in -1 for x, we see what happens is we should get 0. What do we get? -3 plus 3, because 3 times -1 is -3, plus 0 doesn't need to equal 0. That's our 0 pair, right? So that means our y value, our h of x, equals 0. So our point is going to be -1, 0. Okay? Which means that anything to the left of that is going to be less than or below the x-axis, and that point itself is on the x-axis, so it's not above it. So we need x values that are greater than -1. So our answer is C, greater than -1.